What's good, y'all? Hope you've been having a great week. So today we're going to be trying out a new blade. I thought I'd share it with you guys. So this is the Kai uh, Artist Club this is called the Pro Touch MG. So this is a guarded blade. It's serrated. You'll see it has like the little nibs there. I don't know if I'm really doing it justice by showing it to you, but yeah. So they only lasted me like 3 shaves and I had to toss one. This is my second one. So far iffy. It's all right. The Pro Guards from Feather, they fared pretty well. I like those, but I thought I'd try another blade. This is called the Soft Guard, Feather Soft Guard. And you can see it's also serrated, but it's very fine. You probably might not even be able to pick it up. Yeah, probably not. But yeah, it's also serrated, but it's like it's supposed to be like one of the softer, big sharp blades from Feather. And I got this from tryablade.com. Really cool site if you guys are into trying blades, trying to find the right one for you. I'll probably link them in the description below. Yeah, it's really cool to try out different blades, see what works for you, see what doesn't. I find in the recent months, less picky with the blades. Just loading it up in my vector. I've become less picky with blades ever since I've been using these fantastic artisan soaps and with the different pre-shaves. It's made it so easy that I don't have to worry about the blade as much, but I am still somewhat picky. And that's kind of what the blade looks like. Yeah, you could barely see. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, we'll also be trying out a unreleased base that the artisan called Grooming Department is letting me test out, which is really cool of him. This is called Sublime, and this is a vegan base. And I tested it off camera last night, and I had some good results with it. I'll get more into it as I do the lather. We're loaded up in my Excelsior bore. I believe it's called the Semogue 830, something like that. But yeah, we're loaded up, so let's get into it. So yeah, this is a vegan base. I don't know if this will ever be officially released, but he is Mo from Grooming Department is testing this base out. Glad he was able to trust me with trying, and he said he had no problem with me sharing this video. So in my I used it last night. So the way I gone about approaching testing this base is I'm gonna be using it 3 days in a row. This is my second day, and no, I won't be using any pre-shave or post-shave product to get an idea of am I happy with the slickness? Does it give a good post-shave feel? Does it lather easily? If I use it like a lather boosting pre-shave or a post-shave balm, that could definitely alter the result. But yeah, and I could kind of basically the way the process goes is this is like the first unreleased base I've ever tested, so I'm not too super familiar with the process. I'm just wetting the brush. But basically I kind of just give my thoughts on the base, what I'd like to see be changed. Is it perfect? Is this good? Is this isn't? And it's kind of up to the artisan's discretion based on the testers to make a decision on how they would like to change it or if it's good to go. But what I could say is I'm very impressed with this base. It might be one of the slickest soaps I've ever used. It kind of reminds me of the Barrister and Man Reserve soap, but this is a more dense version. And to me, it takes a decent amount of water too, not a crazy amount, but a good amount. But to me, that soap, the Reserve, is extremely slick. The residual slickness was just insane, but the density was just very lacking. And I like denser soaps, Yeah, and this one seemed to have a pretty good post shave. Not as good as some of the top bases I've tried, but very solid. It wasn't drying in any way. So for the first iteration in this Sublime base, I'm very pleased with it. Oh yeah, yesterday I used the Badger. You got a boar here. Yesterday I used the Badger. Today I decided I'd go with the boar, and then tomorrow I'll probably finish up with the synthetic. when I test this base, so I could get an idea of how it lathers, how easily it lathers. But I find with most vegan bases, they're very easy to lather. And I think the intention of this base is to be more of a simpler ingredient soap, and I think slickness is kind of like the priority here. And that's definitely what I found in my findings. I think it's pretty much dialed in. If I need to add more water, I'll do that on the second pass. But yeah, I'm very pleased with the base so far. Like, I definitely want to try a straight razor shave with it at some point for sure. So yeah, let's do the first pass here. In the Blackland Vector, sorry, I forgot to mention that. Seems to be picking up the hair. The thing I like about vegan bases in general is they rinse very easily. They tend to lather very easily. And I noticed that's kind of like a trend when I've been watching Shave 326's channel, Ken. He really, I think for like the last month he used a lot of Europeans. I think he's kind of into the vegan soaps, and it just so happens a lot of the Europeans use vegan formulas. Yeah, basically they're just really easy to lather. They have really good slickness, and that's dope. But I find this to be definitely more dense than some of the counterparts I've tried from the European products, but still like kind of low structure. I would say it's not really on the same level as like a tallow formula, but that's not really fair to compare in terms of density. But it's the slickness in this soap is just fantastic. Like, I found that the leftover feel on my face, I could just like keep buffing with no issue. Yesterday I used the Diamondback off camera. But yeah, I thought I'd film tonight. He said he was cool with it, so. This bleed is not bad. It's very smooth. Doesn't feel like it's the sharpest so far, but it seemed to knock down the growth because Vector is definitely on the efficient side of things, so far so good, guys. All right, let's get into the second pass here. Yeah, boars, in my opinion, are definitely a lot easier to lather with than badgers, just because they're not as dense and they retain a little bit more water than a synthetic, but not as much as a dense badger. So it's kind of like in between. I find I have to keep adding water more frequently with a synthetic, which is no problem with that, but yeah. There's definitely pros and cons to each knot type, but definitely enjoying this shave so far. We'll see how that blade does on my across the grain passes. So so far this is a very, very smooth blade. I'm just flying across my face. Wow. If you could pick that up. Rinses super easily. Yeah, this definitely is like it dials down the blade feel on the Vector a lot. To those of you out there who have Artist Club razors and you're unsure how it feels, if you like it or not, definitely try out different blades, guys. It makes a huge difference. A lot of the DE shavers, they talk about how the blades make a huge difference. To me, Artist Clubs are like that times two. They make a huge difference. So definitely try different blades, guys. If it doesn't work for you, that is. But this soap is just awesome. Definitely, I feel like it could take even more water, so that's what we're gonna do on the third pass. But Still very slick. I would love to try a straight razor shave with it. Awesome. Picked up a ton of hair on that pass. Cool, cool, cool. Just throwing a ton of water on my face here. See if we can take it. Just gonna pull this to the top of the knot here and work it in a bit. Yeah, so the more I've broken this in, the less hard it's become, and I found that you have to really soak it in some hot water for like 5-10 minutes before the shave. Otherwise, the boar hairs will be still like pretty stiffened, and then it just won't. It'll definitely give you some brush burn, in my opinion. But yeah, it looks like it could take the water no problem. But yeah, awesome stuff. I'm curious to see what the next iterations will be like. Yeah, so I don't know, would I recommend this blade? Soft guard, feather soft guard? I don't know. If the longevity is there, hell yeah, because it's knocking down the growth. I don't know if you can see those specks in the lather. It's knocking down the growth, no problem, on a day's growth. But for me, it's about the longevity. But it's definitely super smooth in this vector. I ordered the Mallard Amori too from West Coast Shaving. Curious to see how that turns out. I told myself I wouldn't buy any more soap, or I'd limit myself to one soap a month, and next thing you know, I'm at what, 3 this week. I'm gonna try to be good till I don't know, March. I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. Just gonna feel around here. So yeah, we definitely got, my face is like pretty much BBS, but my neck still has some stubble here. Yeah, so since this blade doesn't feel aggressive, I feel I can go over my skin, and the soap is just so slick. I noticed I was able to do the same thing with the Diamondback, but it's more noticeable on this because I get a little bit less blade feel right now. Wow, let's feel around. Yeah, it's still not there. Yeah, so maybe this blade lacks some efficiency. Maybe I'm buffing a little bit more than I normally do with the Vector. But, I mean, it is knocking down the hair. I don't know if you guys could see that. I don't know, it's like one of those things. It's like, damn, it's super smooth, but is it knocking down the hair as well? I don't know. I'll have to revisit it, compare it to other blades. All right, this will be my final cleanup pass. All right, we're pretty much there. Yep. Yeah, so more testing required with this. There you go. There's all the leftover hair. More testing required with this blade. It's very, very smooth. If you find that you had the Vector or Artist Club with too much blade feel, try the soft guard. Yeah, because it's very, very smooth. And this base called Sublime, I don't know if this will ever come to light, come to the market, but good on you, Mo. You did a sick job with this. Really impressed. I'm curious to see what the future iterations might be. Hopefully, this crazy amount of residual slickness can be added to, future bases. This kind of feels like Kaizen, residual, reserve kind of level. It's really good, but a little bit less density. But overall, for a vegan, I'm pretty happy. But yeah, that's my thoughts so far on testing a base. I think it's a cool process. It's fun, but yeah, decent blade. Not my favorite so far. I really like the smoothness, but questions about efficiency and longevity. Stay tuned. I guess I'll update it in maybe like a future video or something. But that's it, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next shave. Hopefully this week. We'll see what happens. But hope you guys have a great week. Peace.